family gathering, which is arranged by Steve and Chas. And I thank every one of you, and there will be many things that we're gonna do, okay? And since I'm hosting this, I'm gonna start opening with what we do, blade. I like blades mainly, okay? And our intent is to have fun while practicing. I see too many martial arts, they look too serious. Never take things too serious, but take the things you do well under consideration. And like anything else, there's not such a thing as one art better than the other. No, it's like cooking, you know. How can you compare one cook with another? You can't. If you take Indonesian cuisine or Mexican cuisine or European cuisine, martial arts is the same way. And blade, well, yeah, you know, I come from a bladed culture, and 300 million Indonesian wear blades. Their trouble is when they go outside Indonesia, then, you know, they cannot have their babies with them. But for today, we just work slowly, work you up, because you're gonna have other teachers. Steve has the schedule. For now, we're gonna have fun. And I'd like to introduce to you actually my most senior. He's almost 30 years with me. He's almost 30 years with me. So we are like a family.
In part of my celebration of my 40th year in the martial arts. As you see, I don't wear belts or straps. One serves for my pants off and one to keep my pants off. But my heart is with you folks. You're one of the very few that give your heart to me, and you are very close as a brother to me. What we are doing for you today is giving you some more tools, some more vehicles to work with. Huron 5 is a system, a Chinese Kuntao system, an NFT of Chinese martial arts that is only practiced in Indonesia and the surrounding islands. Today you're going to see 8 varieties of styles. That's why if you talk about my system, my way, it cannot be one particular style. Above all, it is spiritually, but Shihan, you as a teacher, I have to give you one vehicle so that you can teach our art. I don't do it usually to almost any martial arts society because I don't think they worth my effort, but you, of course, you showed it. In my book, are one of the best teachers around, and you especially are truly an ambassador of martial arts. And basically, I feel myself as a student yet, you know, I have one master that's the one or creator. He is above all the master. Only on paper they might classify me as grandmaster, but I'm still a student. And with my heart, you're going to see 10 variety of styles. The first opening, I opened with traditional candle dance, and they call it Tarik Piring, and that is a West Japanese done the most system. And as we go on, I will tell you what the forms are and so, but you're going to be seeing a quad of our system, 25% of our system contains of. Altogether, it probably consists of 60 forms. But here is at least 10 forms for your repertoire as an instrument for you to drive. You call it a vehicle. You're talking about yourself. So here are 10 other vehicles. It might be a Toyota, it might be a Chevy. I drive a Model T, okay? Anyway, with my blessings and greetings to you for ensuring and all my love from all. I'd like you to meet with my disciples, all followers, in the best of my. And so you're going to get only the best teachers. Thank you. Steve, would you, with is Sifu Steve Gardner. With pleasure. George. Next is Sifu George Morris. Sifu Philip Stiles, a monkey man. The cameraman, which is busy shooting, Mr. Roger Bruckner. And we have a special lady to work here, Diane. That is Ms. Diane here, very important in communication with people, expert on her. So that is basically the foremost features of my way of system. I cannot call it style because we have a variety of styles. So I call it different vehicle, instruments. Okay, we're going to open this with the traditional candle dance done by Sifu or Guru Philip Stiles and myself. We do two different variations. And the song that is played is the Devi Shri, the Queen of the Rise harpist. So let's look into it. Through the... You ready? Yep. I can prove, yes. will do a Pakwa San Kunkao. It's Odan Pakwa again. Which I haven't taught to my followers yet. So with my rugby ball, I will shorten this form up because everything is a revelation, it's a continuation from the whole motion. And then I will give some technical evaluation as I said, more feel for you. Part 110, Kunkao. Technical evaluation, Mr. Gordon. The art of escape. Next, order. Next, kick. That's one against the knife. We're going to close the material for your teaching method with Pencak Silat form of the island of Madura. I will lead and customarily my followers or followers of the system, they'll follow me. I have not taught them this form yet, but I'll sign this one, all of those in martial arts. The teachers, I have seen many things and the followers in due time that practicing. This from the island of Madura, they call it the Pamur system of Silat. I call it the Silat. So you have already 8 different styles, what they call styles. I call it 8 different ways, which make up to combine and practically Silat. That is the quadrupole system. But anyway, plan for you to learn, to observe, and to teach. And with the grace of all of us, I'm going to close the day with the Pamur Silat from the island of Madura of East Java.
To a form called Bigtum. Bigtum means formula side. The idea behind the formula side is that during the course of the Kunlun principles, you learn Indonesian Silat, Chinese Kuntao, Wagwa Shuni, Tai Chi, Tai. It's a bridge. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an idea and taste of trying to show you how blending goes between the Silat aspect and the Kuntao aspect. And that's what this form is giving. It's a free form. It's not a structured form, given the sense that if I make this move, I go this move, this move, this move. It's a flowing idea that I come from here and make a move, then I progressively go further. Okay? motion and movement. Dave, can you use your minute? Given an idea of taking a hard going into a soft, then go from a soft into a hard. I'm approached by a person. As he comes at me, my dictation is he coming in hard or is he coming in soft? What would be my attitude in the course of what I did think to? Okay? You're coming hard, right? I use soft. But then I go, boom, ha! Give you hardness to let it fly. Okay? Now he's just being a nice guy. He's going to test me. Say, man, boom! Now I attack hard. Now I finesse with niceness. But it becomes hard because his body dictates that my easiness makes it strong. Is that understandable? And understanding when a kicking motion comes in. The idea is protect myself from shaping. Okay? Evasive. He comes in. Hard! I dictate again. Soft to hard, hard to soft. But all right. Idea I'm standing talking to somebody. He comes by. Oh man, what's going on here? Oh. See what I'm saying? It's a dictation of what do I do at the time in chapters? Understanding that I'm being accosted by this man. I have a bar in front of me, I have stools on the side. What can I do? So I'm going to a bar. Okay? My process is what I can do. Back out. What do? Oh no, you don't! Okay? Keep in constant control of what I have, but also keep in constant idea of what's around me.
Randall Goodwin is a senior disciple in the Detours family of martial arts. Here, Randall will perform for you the ancient classical grasshopper form from the Kun Tao system of Tong Long Tai.
Intercepting the hand, attacking the elbow, working to straighten the arm. Here, pushing at the shoulder to dislocate the balance, kicking the knee, maintaining the pressure as we pull across in order to keep the pressure on the arm here and attacking in. Being careful of the kick coming from behind, that the elbow can check that, or the trapping motion can occur. Other ideas from the praying mantis with the blocking here, when the punching is coming, is hitting in here, and the grabbing motion, pulling down here. Okay, the motion of the elbow here, the different punching at a low level once you've brought them to a low level. Again, the punch is coming, going from the outside, moving to redirect, hitting, using the pressure point here to redirect the energy back, maintaining the pressure on the arms here, driving the head into the knee. breaking the arm and putting pressure on the shoulder here. The idea of this is trapping, redirecting, punching. Here, striking to the throat, punching, okay? The motion, always redirecting, pulling, using the head, again, trapping the arm and attacking the throat. What's important to remember when the attack comes is that they have two hands and they have two legs. And one attack is not enough to block. We have to anticipate the possibility of a second attack. So if you attack with two attacks, catching the second, we see the nature of the praying mantis hands here in their trapping motion. We'll show that again. This idea is a trapping motion, attacking, punching here, attacking pressure points. This is a major numbing point. If this is hit hard, it can produce a numbness of the arm. That makes it harder for them to continue to attack you and easier for you to move something around once it's been numbed. So again, the attacking is coming in, the praying mantis is going here with the striking of the wrist to the neck points, grabbing along here, attacking up with the knee, kicking the leg points here, bringing it back for unbalancing, dropping down and attacking the points here. What's important to realize here is the flexibility of the footwork, so that when the attack is coming in here, the attack here, this is typical Kun Tao, the attacking on the legs in this manner. So again, here, attacking, coming down here. Now if this leg comes to kick here, again we block and punch. You can't see the punch from that angle. That's a punch to the groin here. Other examples of the motion here would be, for example, against a grab.
Grab, sorry.
Okay. When the grab is coming in, is just simple here, up higher. I can somewhat use his weight to balance me if I want to lean way back. But if he rushes forward quickly, when I'm starting to kick, I have to be ready to roll or move to monkey posture, just to be aware of that. So for example, when I break the grab and kick and he rushes forward, the monkey here is ready to fight, attacking in very much here, grabbing the head, you can't see the kicking here, but I'm using my foot again to press on the hip in order to break the center of gravity. Often we're breaking the center of gravity again. When this comes around, this is hitting with the wrist and whipping around to hit points in the neck and dropping, using, let's turn around here so they can see, face other direction. Using here the pressure down towards the coccyx to break the hip structure and allow the throat to work more easily. Obviously, we always have the kicking motion here, which comes from this posture here. In manner of attacking the legs and punching type of defense, other things, attack is coming in, is we're redirecting, punching to the knee, going up, grabbing, kicking here, punching in here with the stepping, redirecting the attack on the neck and forcing the head down hard, breaking, then kicking and stomping immediately. So these are the actions of the praying mantis, using the footwork of the monkey in order to be flexible, quickly reacting. Now, for example, if a kick is coming, a typical praying mantis response here is to go to the side and kicking in here. That weakens the leg here. Typical Kun Tao response, bam, and hitting into the pressure points here. Gotcha. So the typical action in the turning motion here is to be able to follow your opponent as they fall, respond to the kicking. Again, the kick is coming in, attacking the leg, kicking in here, offsetting the balance, throwing the heavy hitting, kicking. Again, very typical type of motion here. Other use for this motion, roundhouse kick comes here, using it to catch the leg, offset the balance here. Now, stomping the ankle, kicking in. Notice I'm keeping control of the hand here, sweeping here on the hand so he doesn't have the balance, and continuing the attack with the checking motions. These are all very typical of this type of attitude. In the form, when we're using this, there's a somewhat free-form feeling because there are many possibilities of motion. Here, 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 and the hand can have many postures. Realize this is heavy punching. Even with the open hand position, punching is very heavy. So when the attack is coming in, this is coming across here, very natural position. Grabbing, using the leverage on the thumb here, breaking position, always checking here. Now, not to be done lightly or in jest. Again, the attitude here is where the praying mantis, in the Kun Tao, the animals transform one to another, becomes the monkey, and the praying mantis is always the monkey footwork here. So realize that as people turn, we follow their action, maintain the attack. The attack here, again, typical mantis hand, sometimes also the attitude is that of the monkey, but they come together at that point. Thank you. We'll take a moment to break this in the praying mantis when the punch is coming, is we can't get this elbow up, especially against a good Tai Chi player sometimes. They won't allow you to hyperextend that elbow. So what we do, when this happens, there's resistance, we move into the kicking method that's expressed in the form here. So this is a very natural position from here, here, this is coming here, this way. Now normally with the hitting and following up here. Okay, get ready to move with the kicking so I don't hit you here. Okay, the attack is coming in here, resistance comes, I miss this, kicking's coming in immediately, trying to maintain pressure. Again, two hands against one gives a good ability to get pressure on the wrist here, attacking in, attacking the points. Praying mantis often goes for points. We won't go into that at this level of tape. Perhaps on tape 5 or 10 or 15 we'll get towards points. Okay, another example of this kicking method when the punch is coming in is just to immediately go up blocking in the shoulder joint area the punching. This breaks the power of the punch. From here, the kicking across the head after breaking the power of the punch here. Another kicking method is to attack the arm, bringing it down, trapping the hands, cleaning them off, and attacking the open ribs here. So the kicking method is intended to mix in freely as is necessary. Mainly we keep the kicking low to the groin and the legs, but on occasion it may be appropriate to throw a higher kick in order to cover all the bases. Thank you.
You'd have to call this kind of our style of, what would you call it, push house? Yeah, too sure.
Wow. It's got the frame opening. I think that's
Use your way to good advantage. I will ride you. Just stay right on top of that.
I'm muscling, guys. I'm muscling.
Yes. The breath is...
Living on the road, my friend, it's gotta keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath as hard as kerosene. Weren't your mama's only child, but her favorite son, it seems. She began to cry when she said goodbye, sank into your dreams. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Pancho met his match, you know, on a desert down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words, and so the story goes. All the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dusted Pancho headed down south. It ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they let poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, and where he got the bread to go, ain't nobody knows. All the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose.
Let you guys go. Get bad. I'm gonna be bad, Steve. I'm gonna be bad. That's me. Who's the one, Steve? He said. You guys don't want to be whips? Practice your kung fu. Don't be whips. Very excellent, gentlemen.
It's called.
Just want to do a couple things talking about dua, right? Like, what does it mean to evade, right? Sometimes you find yourself forced to really give way a little bit to do things, but that's not really in line with our philosophy in terms of fighting, right? It's get in, attack the attack, go, 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 right? So I used to harass my teacher because he would say, this is the jurus of evasion. And I go, where's the evasion? Where is it? We're going forwards, right? How can this be evading, right? And I also know from my previous experience fighting, trying to run away all the time usually ends up being knocked out. So that couldn't be the meaning to it. And then I see these applications and I go, where is the evasion? And then it dawned on me it was right there. It was painfully obvious what it was. So when you look at the footwork, what is the footwork doing each time? What's it doing? It's not evading, what is it doing? It's going forward, right? What's the upper body doing? It's evading. It's alleviating the force. Okay? So, you know, in the beginning, like Jeff, if you would, you see this a lot. This is more of an attacking entry. But it comes in, you see this entry here where you work across the body, get in, do your whatever you're going to do, right? And that's fine. But again, where is the evasion, if you will, right? So here, I'm coming forward, so boom, right? And there was my evasion. When I came in, I'm not coming in with my destructive line. I'm coming in, oh, I'm accepting. Oh, he's on my line, right? And I keep evading. And there we go, right? So the evasion happens on the top line. The other thing is, what is the concept of softness, right? So he hits me, but it's handy, I can go soft, it's easy, right? So I can bathe, I can wash my opponent. It's not really dua. If he has a knife, and I'm soft, keep going, oh shit, I get fuck cut out of me. So what is soft? Soft. I'm soft, but I'm also heavy. I'm also whipping. I'm taking the weapon out of play, taking the limb out of play. Now, attacking the attack. Well, I'm soft. Well, I'm evading. So I'll do this here. Punches, I evade, I whip, I stab, I whatever. I want you to be relaxed, but I want you to have oomph. Right? Relax. I'm getting used to this and now I can break this. Here we go. There. Come on, please. There. I'm here. This is soft. I'm relaxed. I'm going to evade, but I'm going to cross his body, making my way. Now I can come in. Because Dua steps on the triangle. See how I cut his foot? Here we go. I had to kill Esteban now. So do those two. Have fun. Do not be a victim. Do not be afraid of the knife. Hurt him.
Nicely done. I see where Jeff gets his penchant for brutality.
Is that okay?
I call it the crazy factor. Nothing is going to work for you. Unless you have somebody who's severely impaired already.
And as the Norse witch woman in the 13th Warrior said, battles are won in the will, right? Bulgar, you have to have the will to fight. The quickest way to lose your will is to not have the energy to win the fight, right? So this training here isn't about the perfection. This training here is about developing that will to fight. And as you perfect your art, it starts to work. This next step now is where you use it. And every step of the process is going to be broken down in such a way that it's easy to transmit. What do we do in the Tabatas? We put this piece here, right? And we punch, we set it down, and we punched. Well, that's one of our basic things, right? So we have, let me have Larry. Let's take your glasses off. So, why don't everyone move around so you can see what I'm doing? Just stay out of the way of the camera. Right here, sir. Okay, so everyone knows what a passing punch is, right? He punches me, boom, and I pass, right? Because I can be hitting here, I can be coming back here, I can be taking my hit, I can take my passing punch here, now there's my sock, boom, all this kind of stuff. Easy. We did this, so what is this? He hits me, here's my passing punch. Boom, there's my hit. There's my drop, that's what I want you to drop, right? There's my hit, sorry.
Sorry.
Right? Now here, one, hit, hit. Ooh, foot switch.
Right.
What's up, ooh? Break the knee, Johnny. Sorry, stomp the knee, Johnny. Got it? Easy peasy. That's me. Passing punch. The slide of the arm engages. This drops down, yanks him forward. There's the button. Ding. Alright? Easy. And I don't want him to get away, right? And there we are. So practice.
I'm Red Eye.
All right, sir. Can I borrow you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Everybody gather around here for a minute, okay?
Yeah, now circle's something that Coon Towers can do. It's a straight line that's a bitch, isn't it?
All right, so we're going to kind of turn so everybody can see.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I tell you guys don't grab, and here's where it comes, okay? If you're grabbing, that means that there's pressure here. I don't want pressure. If I can just touch you, I know where every part of you is at this point. Okay, so I'm going to just put my blindfold on here. So now that I've got at least one hand on you, I know that your foot is here, so I can lean in. And I still got a hold of you. I know if I pull you this way, I've got your shoulder here. Right?
Yeah.
I may be off balance because I'm blind here, obviously, but that's okay. From here, if he starts to punch, then I'm already on it because I can feel him move. The lighter your touch is, the more you can feel him move. And it doesn't really matter what he's doing, whether he's stepping forward, back.
You eventually am going down.
Exactly. Okay, so as soon as I can touch him again, then we're all right. I know where all the openings are. Like that's his throat there. I know my elbow can go there because distance from throat to elbow is going to be right about the solar plexus or ribs. From there I know that got the hollow of the shoulder here, so he's going to go down either way. And key thing here is if you can poke in spots that the body bends, body will break down and fall. It kind of has no choice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Partner for a moment.
Or Esteban.
Whoever, step on up, whoever.
I've done it a couple times.
So now we're going to do my version of push hands. But before we really get to that point, I'm going to kind of take you all through it from a very beginner level, because I know we have a couple beginners here. And trying to get to this point before we take you through the motions, it's going to be pointless. So we're going to start without a blindfold. So to start with, Chaz always talked about doing cloud hands. So this is a really simple exercise, and this is why you need to be relaxed. So you're going to maintain adhesion to your partner, so that if I move, he moves. And likewise, he just wants to maintain that adhesion. Doesn't want me to get away from him, because if I get away from him, now he has no way to figure out where I'm coming next. So you maintain that adhesion. Now we're going to take this up just one notch. And this is kind of where I like to be anyway. So you're still doing the same type thing, except now you're looking for those openings. Here, let's turn this way. So now, whenever I'm looking for that opening there. That opening. That opening. And we want to keep going from there. The final stage from here is with the blindfold. And I think truly if you start out with the blindfold, you will come so much farther faster that it'll blow your mind.
Sorry about that.
I heard that. Oh yeah, you can use your head too. Don't be afraid. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, go ahead and partner up, guys.
Yeah, switch.
Application for advancing tiger. He strikes. In. Next application, the outside line into a horse stance, breaking the arm. Okay. Tiger. Throw. And your hands get active. Hitting. Stay back. Back. Application for the roll. To cover distance. Or if I've thrown him. Right. After I throw him, roll on top of him. Follow my body weight. Okay, got that? That's the application for the conditioning drill. Another application, kick. Kick. Go back. Kick straight in. Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Guys, come on. Good morning, everyone. We are going to go over some applications for our stance work in American Coontail Sea Lot. So let's start with our most basic stance. We open up.
Come on, everybody, get over there.
Come on, get over here. Do it with me. And we do our arm swing. That wasn't good. Our arm swung my mic out. I can't do this. Basic arm swinging, right? This looks real basic, and it is. It is great. And you guys have probably all done this, so follow along. And then we start with our turn. And the turn is always balanced. We use our arms to swing us and use your structure. Turn. You turn. 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 Good. Not doing this real ballistic through because I'm going to knock this mic off.
Right.
Come back to the center. Then we step off. Right? Hold on here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I want to start with just a drill, and it's a drill. This is not combat. We're not fighting. Kyle is giving me good energy, so if I don't do something, Kyle should hit me in the nose. However, we're going to reset. So this drill is simply Kyle feeds me, and I come off on my line. I reset, Kyle feeds me, come off on my line. Kyle feeds me, come off on my line. Kyle feeds me, bam, comes back. Boom. Start with that. Drew, can we pump? Not here for me right now. We're just going to boom here, boom. We're learning to rotate around this angle, and it is this, the punch, but don't do that to your friends. You can get arm guards and mitts and do this actually hitting, but even through those, Kyle will show you bruises. So essentially, we're taking this arm and we're rotating around it, right? And for practice, because we're friends and we like each other, we're using open palm. For real, that comes hard. And that center knuckle comes, and I sink it. That whip comes, everything comes. Obviously, we're not going to do that to each other. For practice, you can get like Eskrima arm guards and some gloves and hit with it. Kyle will test that. You still get bruises from it. So for practice, Chris is simply going to feed me. I'm here. We're going to reset. Chris is going to feed me again. We're going to go to the inside. We're going to reset. Go to the inside. So this comes here. Comes again. Here. That's it. Practice.
Jeff, why don't you explain starting on the lateral line versus the diagonal, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we start this usually on this lateral line. So, and that's okay at first, right? So we start here, here, here. You can see I'm a little far out. What it becomes is more here, where I'm kind of on more of a 30 degree, and that's because that's where I'm actually going to be able to fight this gentleman and do everything I have to do. So again, you guys can start here on the lateral. It works in the lateral. It works better on the diagonal. So, thank you. Do that for a couple minutes, guys, then we'll do some applications. Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to use two stances, and you're going to see how you play. So the next stance that we worked, right, we have this guy, we work our turn. It's just a turn. It's innocuous, it's inside. It's our turn, right? So we'll use these two stances to Kyle. Careful. So that punch comes, that's my first hit. This can come in down, which I would do that. Here. My second hit is in here. You gotta seize the point. I'm now in the stance here. This hits. It's going to come. Right in. And from here, we're just going to turn. Spread them out. We'll talk about finishes in a second. But for now, you have your first stance that we did. Boom, here. Oh, no, I have all this. I like that coming in because then I like this coming in because then I can hit the throat, I can shear the line. I'm actually going to take that leg. If I see a leg or arm in my way, I punch or kick it because it's there. Oh, that leg will be kicked out. And I just... Important with your stances though, and this is why the stance work is so critical, right? Is when I do this, my hips are forward, knees, nose, toes, everything's forward. When I enter like that, after I step back here, this is in alignment. Critical, and that's why this early stance work is so critical, right? Because if we don't have that, you don't have anything. Yeah. So again, guys, one, here, you don't have to do everything I did. Two, you're going to slide right in, and then you're just going to, I like to take the head. You don't even have to if you can press it, and turn. Spread. That's it. Try it. Play. And then this stance. We deal with people of different height, weight structure, body type, and it's perfect. And we have a solution for all that. So, if someone's significantly taller than you, which Kyle isn't, but Carissa and I were going through this exercise, if they're taller than you, just make them smaller. So let's come boom here, right? say Kyle's up here, and I know that slide is going to be hard. I can go under, one option, or I can just make him smaller. That's it. That way.
Put the hand move toward the body. Hey guys, real quick, if you don't mind. Okay, guys, real quick, if you don't mind. Okay, so if you hit me, right? I have my position here. If you look at me, my sternum is facing his shoulder. That means he has to cross his center to hit me, right? I can interrupt that because this guy's on here. Don't let this hand go on vacation. Once you start to enter, right, and boom, I'm here. Now this slides in. If you look, that's my triangle point right there. And I just step to it. And I've got my position, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So make sure this is here. If he keeps coming, I still have something I can use. Alright? So here, boom. Shoulder first. If he's bigger than me, yes, I can break the leg. I can also just hit and come right up. And we're down. Okay? So, shoulder the whole way in.
Good stance work.
Somebody's got to do it.
Okay, so I said we'll use 2 stances. I lied, we're going to use 3. So we're going to talk a little bit about the horse, the breaking table, and once you get the guy on the ground, right? Because the premise of what we do is, to the outsider, overkill. Looks like that guy should have been broken, dead, hurt already. The problem is you don't know. Is he hopped up on drugs? Is he crazy? Is he super tough? So we just keep going. We take him to the ground, we keep going. We enter, we hit. We throw, we hit. We get to the ground, we hit. We break, we hit. And it looks like overkill, but it is real self-defense because you can't stop until that person has stopped while you're right? So Kyle feeds, boom, here, boom, I enter, bam, here. Stop, come this way. Yeah, turn and throw, boom, okay. Now, this is our horse stance, right here. I got Kyle on what's called the breaking table. I got this arm that I can break, and obviously we're gentle with our friends. That's a I break them up here. Now this is it's a ballistic, it's a break, right? And I got his head here, I'm gonna dig it all into the eyes. This guy's still fighting me, man. It's not, he's probably not done. I'm gonna hit the throat, I'm gonna take the head, I'm gonna take the ground, pounds that off the ground. His head's there, I'm gonna stop that, right? So this is my tiger stance. I'm here, I'm gonna shin surf. I'm gonna shin surf his head. I'm gonna break this here. I'm gonna go up to my C-level and choke here. Okay? Break that. So that's where our stances come into play. We flow from this stance to this stance to this stance to here to here. And it looks like stance work, and it is. But you use the fight. With the premise of, I take a line, I enter, and I destroy. Simple. Play. Thank you.
All right, here's a couple ways to look at this, right? So I got my snipe in, and there's my hit. Now when I come in, yes, I can come in and pull this way, catch, and go. Or we can chainify it. And see how my hip is loaded. Now my spine unwinds.
Chang City.
Chang City. So, snipe, I always hit because I don't see it. Remember, this hand does not go on vacation. This is still dangerous, right? If I really snipe, that's going that way. Truth be told, if I keep this here, there's my hit. Now my step, I have to have my lever forward position down low, but not up high. And that gives my spine time to release. And it creates a wave. That disrupts, unbalances, and basically gives them a carnival ride. And then the real application, come visit us. This isn't gonna hurt. Okay? So when I'm here, when I hit, see how this rises up? And there's my pukulon. So when I come in, I have this. Alright? We get our toys into play. Okay? So ankle, knee, hip, and then all the way through. Alright? So the last one is monkey butt. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Try, play.
Okay, so this next technique comes off of our elbow dribble and our entry, right? So we enter and we cover. And this is a way to enter, take a line, cover, you don't have to target, you just go. And you stop the fight very quickly. So, sorry, Cal. So again, I want to make sure we understand where this comes from. Though. It comes from our elbow dribble on the line. You come out. So Kyle feeds me, this is going to come here, and this is going to enter here. This elbow hits. The great thing about this is that I don't care where my targeting is. And in a fight, adrenaline, guys coming at you, you might not be able to target. I just have to go. Those legs are. And I got this down here guarding. If that comes low, I got if he's coming with a low punch, because this is open. Got that, I got that, I got a lot. So for now, guys, and what it becomes is here. That's actually what it becomes. I'm not going to do it now.
Thank you.
You parry that, your whole spine whips into that. You hit with your whole being. And monkey foot, you might go away, you gotta chase it. That's where your monkey foot comes in. Try that entry, be very careful. The receiver, Kyle's done this a lot though. He's got his hand up, please keep that hand up. Because this can come to the throat, the chin, here, whichever. Sequel Jekyll, so here, try it. Don't work. I see a lot of finishes too often here. Probably the most simple one, but the funnest one, is you have Kyle hit here, right? This is going to hit, you have all this juice in here. It's going to come down. I am simply going to walk my line. I'm going to walk that line there. I'm going to go into my next stance. Who's going to walk? That's it. Knee falls right there. I walk. I've already hit. And I walk. You might walk a couple times. That's okay. We'll walk. And those are that's your stance. That's your basic entering stance. That's your basic Kuntal stance. Easy. The top hits again. Comes in. Oh yeah, this comes. Pop. This can hit. This can hit. They're all hit. This might hit here. Oh, that might hit. A lot of punishment that can be put in there. But I'm going to simply walk the line. I'm going to walk my line that way. So when I say my line, guys, what I mean by a line is there's a line from my heels to my shoulder to my triangle point. I'm walking this line. Bam. Pop here. Just walk. Oh, his head's there. Got the head there. That's your top. That's your see. Here, hit. Comes down, boom, and walk. That's your finish off of Sequel Jekyll.
Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, where down we go, so where down we go, way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time
Action.
Esteban, you are a great example of the wisdom of taking time to get level 1 down meticulously before continuing on. Here you are testing for Guru Muda, doing Tong Lung Tai, the grasshopper form. And I believe you've done my brother Randall proud by the caliber, quality of the performance of the form. Now, there's some things, you know, that you'll develop as you go through the years and all of that stuff. Your the concept that you're using the praying mantis motions for is going to be one of the things that evolves probably the most. But that was nicely done, my brother. Nicely done. Now, in the spirit of innovation and application of principles, although Kuntao is not renowned for knife work, I see a very nice, thoughtful presentation of potential knife work for Tong Lung Tai right here. And I'm proud of you, brother. That's nicely done. The only thing that I could suggest right off the hand is the praying mantis. There you go. You made the switch there to the reverse grip, but you can be going forward with that too. That was kind of what I was thinking, but we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we get into the applications and stuff like that, because the praying mantis is a little different in the Kuntao version, or at least our version of it, than might be expected. One of the things that does indeed separate us from many different systems is that the difference between a teacher and a practitioner is being able to apply the aspects of the form, but as well to be able to teach it. And what the application part of the training program does is gives you a basis for experimentation. See, now you saw the break there. That was good. You have the principles down of controlling the opponent as soon as he comes in, and your stances are good. Now the leaping backward part, you've got that in. You got the good elbow techniques there. Nice strike there to the throat. To begin with, you're always hitting. Now, see, your stance could be a little better there, but this is why you have training partners. This is why you go over applications and train applications and applications and applications. Well, now, see, there's some places where some Sirach would kind of help you. But look at the quality of this defense here. You're let the knife a little close, but at least you got the job done. And you maintained control of the knife until you got it broken. Nicely done, my brother. Nicely done. So here we've have the applications of all of the forms and everything that we use at, well, we're doing Tong Lung at 10%. Just a very nice miss there, a nice control of the foot. That elbow would have worked a little better if you'd have been pulling in on the other side. But see here now, your seating is not, your spine is not quite straight, and it would help quite a bit if it were. The neck break there, you could have pulled back now to the chin. See, so you're gonna, when you look at your own techniques and those of your students as you go through the years, and evaluate just those little minutia. So you've almost got the exact stance there. I mean, that is very, very good. Good application of stance. Having a good training partner, this matters a lot. Beautiful, beautiful. See, now there is part of the beauty of Randall Goodwin. He could just grab a hold of something and stick his foot right up in your head, which works nicely. See, now this is also nice use of the horse stance and the descending elbow. This is what I mentioned to you in one of the earlier tests, where anything that you got between there was kind of in bad shape, and there it is, you got it. See, now you could also indicate a groin shot there, or whatever, or in, you almost did, just almost did, didn't you? See, so the idea, now you're seeing the whole picture, my friend. It is critically important to have people to train with so that you know what each of these tools that you have is capable of doing, and in what combinations. Now here's where a little bit of Sirach would help you, and stepping backward would help him fall right onto your knee, right onto your breaking table. Instead, you're struggling with it a little bit. But hey, you're only a black belt in this stuff. You just made your black belt level, brother. Now you start learning. And you start learning by teaching. And as your students, as your brethren come up through the ranks, that's how you make it to the next step. You train 3 Guru Mudas, and you magically, mystically become a guru. See, nice indication there. Didn't hurt your opponent. You didn't leave any room where if you would have screwed up, it would have hurt him. Nice reverse there, nice control of the elbow. You should already be moving forward. See, tiny, little bitty teeny things now is what's going to make the difference. But this is the growth and the maturity in the art. This is something that you get the feel of after having done it countless repetitions. Now, where is your break there? What are you going to break? You have a perfect opportunity to break an arm. But, these things you'll see as the motions and movements become automatic. Like that block has become, that wiper block has become absolutely automatic for you. Even the breakers. See, now there's where a mantis would turn and hit right to the temple area or something like that, just to soften the opponent up. That's the idea of those incoming mantis strikes that I was telling you about. And you'll see that if you when you start blocking mantis style. If you start focusing on the eye socket of your opponent with whatever it is, whether you're going to go fingers or whatever, see, that would be better for a fist, to break that floating rib in a situation like that. But tiny, like I say, tiny little bitty teeny tweaks and changes and evolutions will be coming at you right and left as you teach. Oh, you didn't know whether he was going to go right or left. That was good. Nice strike there. Nice strike. And when you have that kind of control, you could just press in a little bit, because that's what you would be doing. You'd be moving inward. And your control is very good, my friend. I think people can play with you with confidence that you're not going to break their necks. Although in this situation, you certainly could if you wanted to. Better to be in a horse stance there than kneeling on one leg. See, that would have put him right where you wanted him. And there probably a neck snap or an arm snap, since it's just hanging out there, would be probably more effective than a center blow. But, I mean, you don't know. Look at there. You're going for the arm. Nice. See? Nice. Very good. Because you could have caught it as it was coming back anyway if you had to. Which is good. So you're thinking about the possibilities. But look how many more possibilities you would have had if you were in a proper horse stance. See all the little teeny tiny stuff, little stuff. Okay, boom, here he comes. Okay, nice, way out there. I could have got a nice indication. Here we go again. Now, you got a Puder Kapala, they call it in Silat. You're not supposed to do this in Kuntao, buddy. But it's certainly a worthwhile technique. It just works a little better if you're stepping back as you press the head through. Then the arm ends up on the breaking table on one leg, and the head ends up on the breaking table on the other leg, and they're just in a world of hurt. Once again, just refinements that are going to come through years of teaching. What you've done here, Estevan, is you've gotten a black belt in Kuntao Silat. You have idea about how Silat works. You have idea about Kuntao, how Kuntao works. See, there's where you could have used a different kick. That could have been just timed to a different target. There you go. Nice throw. Oh, you got your breaker. You got that breaker almost. Stretch it out. Get that breaker. Oh, my goodness. You didn't get the breaker. But then you got a hit instead, but that's all right. That's all right. It's always nice, though, in Kuntao Silat to break something so that they can't do it to you again. Then you only have to block that hand or arm one time. That's all. Very nice at 10% of speed, isn't it? That was very well controlled. Nicely done. Another one, nicely done. Very good. Okay. Well, it looks like the dentist has arrived. And the patient is being anesthetized. See, of course, just a little further, and you could have just slammed his head into the concrete or the floor or the wall or whatever, rather than actually having to pummel him with your own appendages. But it worked out pretty good that way anyway, I would have to say. The elbow, I'm not so sure that would be effective in that position, but that's okay. That's okay. You always have to be thinking. You always have to be experimenting. Good. Nice. Oh, Randall would have been proud of you. Yeah. Yeah, you're really nice to your practice partners. But this, you should have been in further before you started raising that elbow. See, once again, that's the sliding aspect of the mantis punches and the elbows and stuff like that, is that you're either sliding in or grabbing something and pulling it back with you as you leap out. So you'll begin seeing all those things. The more you teach mantis, the more you'll see all of those little details. See, now that almost looks like Sirach too. You're getting some good stuff in there. Now that's a good break. That's nice. That's nice. That was good control. See, the mantis now can also hit with the incoming mantis curl. Uh-oh, you let his knife go. Damn it, Spock. Beam me out of here. It could be trouble, Scotty. Well, no, see what trouble it could be by leaving that knife in his hand. It's good that you've decided that it deserves re-breaking, and let's see what else you're going to do here. Well, that's a good start. Yeah, you can always work against the throat to do that. See, once again, now look how much more effective that would have been if you were in the horse stance. See, his head would have been right against your leg, and you could have just pressed against his chin to get the effect of either compliance or the breaking of the arm, and maybe even the neck, for all we know. You know, some people are little pin neck things. You don't know if you might hurt them by just doing that kind of thing to their neck. Good. Different ideas. See, now that was a simultaneous hit, and very nicely done. See, your elbows should be in mantis position riding in like that, Esteban. That will give you striking the entire way as you move forward. And here, once again, it's possible that it worked better with your knee on the ground, but I don't think so. I think you'd have gotten a more aggressive fall for him, more impact upon his head, and a little more control if you'd have remained in a horse stance rather than going into the kneeling position. But you can play with these sort of things and see what you think. You know, I mean, maybe that's going to be one of your trademarks. Maybe you pull it off when others can't. You know, I just don't know. But what I do know is that you have a good rudimentary understanding of what Kun Tao Silat is about. Very good. So you got the bleeder part away from the blade. You got the attack. See, that could have gone forward just by maintaining your mantis position, see? And you could be punching him in the head repeatedly, like your practice on the flame. Right there, you could have been doing that. All the way down, you could have been punching his ass. I know that's overkill and all that stuff. I know that's overkill. But still, you could have been doing it. And now your position is good. Yeah, I mean, you're there. You've got your breaker position and everything. So it turned out all right. Although, destructively critiquing that move, I would have said that the mantis punching would have been just a beautiful addition there. So the thing is, the evolution is in process now. You have the formula. You're seeing the applications. See, you didn't get around on the right side of that knife as if there is one, but that was a good try, and it was a good save. Now, pressure on the elbow right there would have done more good than the sweep, because the sweep endangers you. You still have the live blade in your hand, but you have a hold of the blade, which is nice. Now let's see how quickly you get a break on that arm. Nice. Very nice. See how these principles are beginning to just flow for you? This is how you know you got a black belt, or whatever it is. We're going to call it Guru Muda, brother, but I believe that you have passed the criteria, and I'm proud to call you Guru Muda. Now the real journey begins. You have all of the tools now. You have the basics of Kun Tao and Silat. So you can take all of the things that you've learned, the years that you've been practicing, the things that have stuck with you, and you can start molding that into your training with Kun Tao Silat applicational concepts. See, this is why you have to spend so much time in training other people and training them in applications. You see, now this is something that you'll be able to use your entire life. Now, this you have to consider in terms of Kun Tao Silat. This is what you do after you have ridden that forearm into your opponent. So you move it all the way in, and then you do the training that you're doing now. So you're going to have to augment this one with some sort of a stick or a board or someone's arm that's coming at you that you can press against and then hit. See, so all of these things are going to be part of your training over the years. You're going to use everything that you've ever inspected and at least inspected again. But for now, your teaching career has begun, my brother. You're a Guru Muda. And Yahweh bless you and your lovely wife, Samantha, and all of the good videography that she's provided for this whole testing procedure. Have a wonderful life, my friend. Good to have you as a brother.
The following is footage we took of my younger brother Michael Pendis testing for Level 4 teacher. I follow the same general requirements that Pack Steve Garton set in the distance learning program. In terms of the applications, I'm a little more specific. I expect my students to perform 8 defensive applications derived from whichever form they're testing. 5 of those are barehanded defenses. 1 is going to be against a punch, 1 against an MMA style tackle, and 1 against a roundhouse kick, since those are 3 of the most common attacks that I have seen myself. They also have to do barehanded defense against a knife. And then there are 3 armed defenses where you use the jurus with a knife against an attacker with a knife who stabs or slashes or attacks Michael Myers style. So here is Michael's material, and that gives you an idea of the standard we're looking for down here in Houston. Thank you.
I'm gonna do it.
Good. Good. Go. Good. All right, do that one more time from another angle. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Stop him.
Good.
Of course, that's the same thing, isn't it?
That's okay. You're still using the. All right, do one more. Roundhouse kick.
And then this covers. So even as you hit, you can also step in.
Good.
Go.
that was so you
Yeah. So one more time.
and that goes in the idea of entering too.
Go.
So this is bam.
Yeah, but finish him off. That's the spirit. So always finish him off. Do that one more time. Yeah.
It's here. Cut here. You still guard that.
Good.
You stop him.
Good. Go.
Into his leg. Then you have your knife up here. Here. So into his leg, but you still have your knife up here.
Good.
Well, you gotta find those leaks and find a that's a beautiful thing. Dad and son.
Yes. I couldn't resist.
Nice day. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
We were standing up ground fighting.
Yeah. Rambo, you want to see your little brother on the front cover?
Huh?
Morning.
Hey, Mr. Famous City.
Hey, I'm famous, man.
How you doing? How you guys feel this morning?
Pretty good, Bob. How you doing?
Real good, real good.
Oh,
Hey, where do you make that, Vic?
England. When I was in England.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, most.
Hier, hè?
Oh, good. I liked you better with a beard, Vic.
Hey, what can I say, man?
En hoe is dat nou? Ik laat kala die achter Masters team.
Oh, yeah?
Mooi, het is kapot hoor dit.
Yeah, oh, yeah, most.
He's old.
Oh, yeah, most. Yeah.
Hier hè?
I don't.
Die rechter is erger.
Why? Wat doe je niet?
Je moet altijd bij de voet proberen. Hier leggen alles in je staat. Ja, dat heb ik. Is Francis? Van een dokter.
Ja. Oh, no.
Deze spier, hier.
Oh, that's my.
Je moet even voelen. Hier is het niet. Hier.
Oh, no, John, Joe.
Voel je?
Yeah. See, see the knife is hidden away. See there, see?
Maar je voelt niet lekkerder.
And also here.
Ja, als je zo doet.
Yeah.
Dat is good.
See, you can't see the knife, see? That was my Chris behind there.
Oh, bij die kale ben je toch een keertje bij mij thuis geweest?
Yeah, with him, yeah.
Hi Bert. No, ask him about Alan. You make him happy. Oh ja, waar woont hij die kale?
In England.
Wat is zijn naam?
Bobby Breed.
Oh, him.
Bobby with no brain.
And no hair?
Ah, Bert.
He really had no brain.
Nice to see you.
Hi, hey, Bert. How are you doing? They want to ask you something. They have a new association, they formed a new association that Alan. Oh, yeah. You know the Kali guy? Oh, Professor Alan?
Greg Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Really? Why?
I don't believe it for a second.
No, they want to ask you what they
Professor Allen?
It's your friend, right?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? You love when you hear his name, he's shaking already. I told you. You do me a favor? Shoot
Oh, no, don't shoot me, please.
Come on, Pig. Come on, Bert.
Well, if you can get a copy, I'll even give you a blank. I got a blank tape.
Oh, good. You got it with you?
Yeah.
Good. Do it.
This, yeah? For me too, yeah? Yes, yeah? 2 pictures. You break it open, yeah?
That's what Don's shorts, Dave.
This open, now you shoot, right?
The sweats are going to be out of
That 815, yeah? Yeah.
Take 3 pictures.
Yeah, maybe because I blow it off.
Bert, take 3 pictures, okay? Take 3 pictures, could you please? Take 3.
Yes, sir. I certainly can.
Take 3 pictures.
Apay, here, with that, apay, konto.
It's a shame you don't have any more.
I cannot blow it off, Pig. I cannot blow it off.
Oh, wait, be serious. Come on, serious.
I cannot blow it off that thing.
Up here.
You got a shadow in your face, Vic.
It's very becoming.
That's right.
There you go. No, you still shadowed in your face.
How's that?
Yeah, no, everything's a shadow. That's
How's that?
Oh, you guys get in there and I'll get a picture.
Yeah.
Hey, Bert.
Yeah.
We are movie star.
Yeah, you are. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
You get a picture.
Bill. We don't see
Hey, Victor, hold your head around. There you go.
Hey, where's mine?
Where's yours?
And I'll get one and everybody can come back. Let's check in there, you guys. Couple more? record. Why don't you guys stay there? Everybody.
Hey, shoot that mine. Yeah, that. Two. Everybody you can
Hang on.
Day two.
Wow, it would.
No, that's Tim. Tim.
Hey, Tim. How you doing?
Tim.
Hi, Tim. Morning, Tim.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning. Hello.
Wait.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Give her the other two.
Are you the one some comparison with?
Okay.
Do a 2 on that one.
One, two, and three. For me.
To the dreams of my love.
Sir?
Bert just told me about rodeo sex.
The other one.
That's a good one, Steve. That's
That's what those
The other one.
Australians say. Oh, the other one.
It's mine. Just a
Okay.
do that too.
Ready, 1, 2, and
Here goes 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Wait. Gart, you hear about rodeo sex? No. Where are you, Bert?
But then,
Bert.
who told me this?
No, you told it better, Bert.